Hello A&P students, this is Mr. Becker here to discuss the basics of our first class of tissues in the histology lab, epithelium. We'll cover the basic characteristics of epithelial tissue and then cover the major types of epithelium that can show up on the histology practical. Epithelial cells are polarized. They have an apical surface pointing to the outside or into the body cavity, shown here. And they have a basal surface connecting to the underlying connective tissues, shown here. The basal surface is connected to these connective tissues by the basement membrane. Epithelium is avascular, containing no blood vessels, but it is innervated. Epithelium has numerous tight junctions to keep cells tightly attached to each other. Note the general lack of separation between the cells in this epithelium. Epithelia are classified by two systems, number of layers and cell shape. We put these two systems together to create a complete classification for all epithelia. Based on cell layers, there are two classifications. Simple epithelia is one cell layer thick, while stratified epithelia is two or more cell layers thick. Based on cell shape, there are three classifications. Squamous cells are flat. Cuboidal cells are approximately equal lengths in all three dimensions. And columnar cells are significantly longer in one dimension than the other two dimensions. Putting these two systems together, we can create classes for epithelium: simple squamous epithelium, stratified cuboidal epithelium, etc. In simple squamous epithelium, you can see that the cells are very flat. The nucleus is flattened, but not perfectly flat. Underlying the epithelium, we see a basement membrane here. In simple cuboidal epithelium, cells are about as wide as they are deep as they are tall. The nuclei are centrally positioned in the cytoplasm and appear mostly spherical. Here you can see that there are definable tubes of simple cuboidal epithelia that contact each other. Points of contact are where we will find basement membrane joining the layers, but this is not stratified. Simple columnar epithelium has cells that are significantly taller than they are wide or deep. The nuclei appear to be prolate spheroids, elongated spheres, that are all found approximately in the same plane. The basement membrane is tied to a loose areolar connective tissue called the lamina propria. Finally, simple columnar epithelia may have goblet cells, specialized cells for producing mucus, a protective aqueous solution used to protect the epithelium. Pseudostratified epithelium has, at first glance, a stratified look. However, the cells are actually simple columnar epithelium, where the nuclei take up different positions inside of different cells. Many pseudostratified epithelia have cilia on their apical surface too. We move from the simple epithelia to the stratified epithelia now. Stratified squamous epithelium is composed of several layers of epithelial cells on top of connective tissue. Note the shapes of the cells. The basal layer of cells is kind of cuboidal, while the apical cell layer is flat. Naming conventions in stratified epithelia use the apical layer for their shapes. Note also that while the cells are flat, they are alive in the apical layer. You can clearly see nuclei. We see the same basic organization in keratinizing stratified squamous epithelium as we saw previously in non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. There are multiple cell layers with cuboidally shaped basal cell layer and a flat apical cell layer. The largest difference here is that the process of keratinizing cells causes them to die and fill with keratin. The cells become uniform in look, and you cannot find nuclei in the apical cells. Transitional epithelium is the final type of stratified epithelium that can appear on our practical. Transitional epithelium is found exclusively in the urinary tract in humans. It is composed of the same basic organization as other stratified epithelium, a somewhat cuboidal-shaped basal cell layer and an apical cell layer. The big difference in transitional epithelium is that the cells can change shape. Here you can see that the apical cells are oddly shaped because this is relaxed transitional epithelium. The apical cells in stretched transitional epithelium would look squamous. The cells between the apical and basal layers always have a misshapen or squished look in views of relaxed transitional epithelium.